Hi, my name is Jim Reynolds, and this is Don Lawrenson. Both of us are part of Ultimate Mission and part of the Healthy Heart program. Don, can you tell us what you do for a living?
I'm a clinical manager for Adventist Home Health, so I go out to people's houses and teach them about health. I have a team of specialists that I work with, therapists and nurses, who help people get back up onto their feet when they're homebound.
Now, I just asked you to go with me today to talk to a man who had a lot of problems. I mean, he had a leg missing, he had the other foot just about ready. Matter of fact, part of it was already amputated, and they're talking about amputating a little more of it. We talked to this guy a little bit. How do you assess what his problem was?
Well, this particular gentleman has trouble with managing his diabetes, and as a result, he's had an amputation of one limb. He's probably going to lose his other foot. He's already had some hemodialysis, which is a common complication of diabetes. And if he doesn't get his diabetes under control, he'll continue to have more difficulties.
So you were able to give this man some advice today, and with the advice, you gave him a little lesson on how diabetes works. So can you explain it to us how diabetes works? Because that was really fascinating to me. It's things I had never heard before.
Sure, yeah. There's a couple types of diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes that sometimes children get because they don't make enough insulin, and there's the more common problem today is what we call type 2 diabetes, and that's really one of the fastest growing epidemics in the world. What happens with type 2 diabetes is that people's insulin receptors get sluggish. So if you can imagine, you have like a wood burning stove, and what you're going to burn in that stove for fuel is wood, so you've got to have oxygen and wood in order to make energy. Diabetes is very similar. What the cell burns for energy is oxygen and glucose.
Glucose, meaning sugar.
Sugar, yeah. But the sugar molecule is too large to get into the cell by itself for fuel. So in order to get it in there, your body makes a chemical called insulin. And what happens is that insulin molecule will grab onto a sugar molecule, and then it will float down the bloodstream until you come up against a cell that has an available insulin receptor. That insulin will lock onto that receptor much like a key in a lock. It kind of changes the way the cell membrane works, and the glucose can move into the cell and get used for energy.
Okay. So when somebody has type 2 diabetes, they don't have these receptors aren't working?
Well, yeah, what happens is the body puts energy where it needs it. So if you lift weights a lot, you're going to need a lot of energy to make big muscles in your arms. If you quit lifting weights, your muscles will get smaller. Same thing happens all over the body. So if you have a person where they have plenty of calories, they have lots of sugar in the blood, and they're not really using that sugar very much for energy, then they don't need to have very active insulin receptors, and the insulin receptors will get very, very sluggish. They don't do their work very well. When that happens, you kind of get pre-diabetes. If that goes on for long enough, and your insulin receptors quit working in large enough numbers, you'll become a diabetic.
So it's a combination then of not just diet, but also exercise.
Yeah. If you eat too many calories and you don't use enough calories, that is your best way to become a diabetic.
So one of the better things you could do is exercise then? Is this a very important thing with?
Yeah. In actuality, probably exercise is more important for controlling diabetes in our culture than even diet.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. All right. Well, I hope you found this helpful. I learned a whole lot when I was listening to Don, and I also was very deterred by watching this man and what he's going through. I mean, this poor man is going through a really hard time right now. He's looking at this week getting his foot amputated halfway off. So I don't know. I don't want to go there, so I want to try to do the things with diet and exercise, as Don says, to keep me from getting that full-blown diabetes or even pre-diabetes. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you can glean something from this. Thank you very much for watching. You have a wonderful day. God bless, and we'll see you again soon with another Health Nugget. We would love for you to be a part of our Ultimate Mission family. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, like and share our videos, donate if you would like. Let's work together to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world.